Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Connecticut Now, the program that brings you in touch with the newsmakers in our region and the people that report on them. I'm Mike Schroeder, publisher of the New Britain Herald and Bristol Press, and today my guest is Nick Augustino, owner, longtime owner, and well, I almost say icon of New Britain.
I'm working on that.
At Eastside Restaurant and now the Clam Box in downtown New Britain.
Yep.
Nick, welcome.
Hi, Mike. How
Glad
you doing,
to have
sir?
you here.
Love being here. Love being here.
Well, I should say you are bigger than life. I mean, and almost everybody would, I think, even when we were coming in here, you kind of identified yourself as ticky-tacky.
Well, a lot of billboards got that out. And ticky-tacky, I can't go too many places where I don't hear it. And I always give it right back, too, because let me tell you, it did make a mark as far as marketing for the restaurant. Ticky-tacky was a funny thing that came up. My daughter says, if you're going to give somebody a big beer, Dad,
that's right.
You're gonna have to give them something more.
And I'll tell you, for those that aren't in the know, that the East Side is probably the most well-known German restaurant in town.
Well, in the state.
In the state.
There you go. And I'll go
if
New
not
England.
In the region.
Well, I got a few people in Texas and other places too. But it's a destination restaurant, Mike, and we all know that. There's nothing else too much like it. It's an Oktoberfest every weekend. It's a lot of singing, a lot of hats, and a lot of Das Boot. And watching this show, it was, I think it was called beer. Geez, I can't think of it. I'm sorry. And they started to boot. Das Boot! And all of a sudden I said, boy, that looks like a money maker. So I got a hold of somebody and got these boots with my emblem on it. Beer Fest was the name of that.
Oh, gosh.
And I got my emblem on a little shop boot, a liter boot, a double liter boot, a 5-liter mug. I just went
You've
crazy.
got some huge beers in that place.
Yeah, well, they make you see double and feel single. And nothing wrong with that, Mike. Nothing wrong with that. But actually looking at it, getting into the chair and learning that, and with the ticky-tacky, trying to figure out what can we give with the beer,
Yeah.
And I was watching this man show, Mike. It was late at night, and this guy at the end said, "Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy," drank the beer down.
Oh my God!
And I go, "Big beer, big cheer." That's what we'll give them.
Oh, so you picked that up?
That's right.
Oh,
so I
my
get to
gosh.
work, and my daughter says, what do you got? You're all excited. I says, big beer, big cheer. She says, Dad, that's a genius. How are you going to do that? And I said, well, they're doing Ziggy Zaggy, So I took the beer out there, and I got a few customers ready to get a big beer. Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy. And they all looked at me. What the hell did he say? What did he say? What's Ziggy Zaggy? So I went back. My daughter says, you got to Americanize it, Dad. And my grandson's in this little thing, and he's got this ticky-tacky clock that he sleeps by. Ticky-tacky, ticky-tacky. And I looked Americanized, let's do ticky-tacky. So I grabbed the beer, went on, everyone now, ticky-tacky, ticky-tacky. And the whole damn room went, hoy, hoy, hoy. I said, there it is. And we worked that for the last 15 years.
So this is a little known fact that it didn't start out as ticky-tacky.
No, it started out as Ziggy Zaggy. And I'm trying to get a story on that. And this is what I was told, that they are purity law in Germany. You can only make beer their way. And when the government approves that you made it right, you get a permit to sell, and the family gets together and they go, Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy. We've made our beer, we can sell it, we can feed our families.
Oh my goodness.
That's how it actually, I thought, started with Ziggy Zaggy. And
Is there an actual language meaning to it, like an English translation?
I don't see it. I don't know. I hear it on a couple records that I got, German records, Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy.
Yeah.
A couple German people come in and say, it ain't ticky-tacky, it's Ziggy Zaggy. So there is something out there.
So people come in and correct you.
Yeah, there is something out there that Ziggy Zaggy's got to mean, and the closest I got was that it's a permit thing. It's a permit cheer. You're able to sell beer, Ziggy Zaggy.
Oh my gosh.
And we sell beer, so we kind of like that Ziggy Zaggy, but it actually worked out with ticky-tacky. And I mean, as far as Epcot, I went there to the German thing in Epcot, and there's the guys on stage going, ticky-tacky, ticky-tacky. And I walked up, oh, somebody up north doing it. It's great. Can I try it? They kind of figured out where I was coming from.
Oh, my God.
But that's kind of what got the big beer selling for me, was the entertainment that went along with it. Come to my restaurant and order a big beer.
And you mean big beers when you come to...
They're a leader. They're like in Europe. Europe, not too many restaurants really want to get into the big liters because they don't have the machinery to pour it.
Yep.
To pour a big liter in the regular business is about 24 seconds.
Yep.
In my restaurants, it's 6 seconds. And we're able to pour 150 beers in 20 minutes. So no one waits, because when they go into that restaurant, the first thing these people look at me and they says, I want a beer. And they don't want to wait. They'll wait for a little bit of the dinner, but they want that beer right off the hopper. And that's what we did. That's what made us more successful, is that I designed the machinery from Germany to produce fast beer quick. And that's what makes us...
well, my understanding is, and I think we've been through this a few times before, that it's not only quick beer, it's cold beer.
Well,
it's the right temperature of beer.
Well, I go to Germany, and they're telling me that there's no such thing as cold beer over there. And I brought the guy to Chicago, and he drank a cold beer because there was this train at this beverage show, and the train was coated in ice. It was Coors Ice, and he tasted it and it hurt his teeth.
Oh,
he goes,
wow.
This is too cold. I can't believe you Americans drink it. And so I looked at him, and I'm over there in Germany ready to get the equipment and whatnot, and I'm at this beautiful restaurant up in the hills of Austria, and there's this beautiful woman running the bar, and she looks at me, the tavern, and I says, honey, what temperatures do you Austrians drink your beer? What temperature do you drink beer here? Nikki, you go to the cellar store, you go down 7 stairs, you put those 2 bottles on that 7th stair. You come back an hour later, that's your temperature. And I guess that's the temperature they drink beer at, 7 stairs down in the cellar, and it gets at the temperature they want. So we had to bring their equipment over and put refrigeration to it. And that's where I hired a team from New Orleans called Chill Right. They make everything cold. They made all my frozen tables.
And I've been in your room.
Yes.
Where it is a very specific, it's the room dedicated to beer barrels.
That's all that's in it.
It's
huge.
almost like you'd look at a winery.
Yeah.
You've got the whole lineup there.
Yeah, it'll hold 80 barrels, my walk-in beer.
Oh, my God.
And we buy, during the Oktoberfest season, somewhere between 45 and 60 barrels a week.
Oh,
So
my goodness.
We really need it. We deal with 48 different outlets to pour beer, and we only carry 7 kinds of beer, and it's all German. So we'll have 3 lines of Spaten Lager.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
it pours, like I said, 10 guys want 10 beers, all Spaten. You ain't waiting a half hour to get them. You're going to get them within 4 minutes. And we'll pour them all off, all nice heads, all nice chilled glasses. And that's what they come for.
And I know that in part of the restaurant has even the iced.
We call them the snow tables.
Snow table.
Yeah, it actually makes snow 1/4 of an inch thick. It keeps your beer cold. And we do meter boards upstairs where we have boards that are 1 meter long, and we'll put potato pancakes, German sausages, but the other one that we use is chicken wings, and we'll put them on these big meter boards for crowds of people. But they got legs that go over the ice. So they stay hot. And now you keep your beer cold, your food hot, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's amazing.
It works.
Oh, my gosh.
So upstairs, a lot of banquets now, a lot of parties, a lot of birthday parties. We're very strong in birthdays now, anniversaries, rehearsal dinners.
And this is really this is a destination for a good part of the state.
Well, what makes it a destination, and I say what makes destination is memories. When you go to that destination and make memories or have memories, that's why you go there, is for the memory. East Side Restaurant's nothing but a memory. I have to do spankings. And now this is another whole story.
Here
We're
we
going to
go.
get right quick. You get 6 shots and schnapps. We don't do hard liquor. We do schnapps. 40, 50, on the degrees. Not going to bother you. Do a couple, you're going to be all right. So you put 6 of those on there. You give it to the crowd. Whose birthday it is. We get the paddle that we serve them on, and we spank you. Wham, 3 times. Wham, wham. And then we give you a T-shirt that says, I just got spanked at the East Side.
Oh,
and we give you the paddle.
How many will you do on a, for last weekend,
Yeah.
for example? How many spankings will you?
Well, we average, it all depends on how we market and who we got. We got the crazy ones. We'll go out there and we'll do a spanking. That's a very entertaining thing. And then everybody, because the key to my marketing mystery here is that when I spank that first young lady, She's going to go back, and she's going to bring her mother back, her sisters back, her girl. Someone else is going to get spanked. And that's just her. So it's a ripple
How is
effect.
it between men and women?
Women spank men. Men spank women. We don't allow the same.
But
thing.
how many, is it
More men than women.
more men get
Oh
hit?
yeah,
than women?
more men want to get spanked on their birthdays. And then the next thing you know, here
And
comes
probably
the women.
more of their spouses want to do the spanking.
Hit him harder. That's all we hear. You know, spank him so it hurts. You know, you get a lot of that. But I did a 81-year-old grandmother, great grandmother. There was 21 of her siblings or whatever, grandchildren, whatnot, all at a birthday party, and now she wants the big guy to spank her, which they call me. So I get over there, and of course I'm gentle, you know, and I go one, and when I get ready, she turned around, and she says, "Is that all you got, Sonny?"
Oh my God!
The family went crazy. The restaurant went crazy. She was it was so perfect. And the next day, all their family called me up and says, "We could never get these memories anywhere. What you did for our family, you know, 81st birthday." So we're very big in birthdays. If you got somebody you want to really make sure they get a birthday, East Side's where to go.
This is a birthday they won't forget.
We got the accordion player playing all kinds of
They
things.
certainly won't
Yeah,
forget.
they don't forget it. It's memories. And like I says, reunion, rehearsal dinner comes in, buys 8 mugs for his 8 ushers.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and they're gonna all take it and they're bringing it to the wedding. They're drinking beer out of their steins at the wedding and whatnot. That's just another click.
You have a full gift shop there, as I
Full
recall.
gift shop.
Yeah.
We could go 8 to 80, blind, cripple, crazy. You're going to find something you might like there. There's no question. We got upas and we got everything, and hats. Very big in the hat world now. We'll do a ton of hats. Crazy hats. We call them Oktoberfest hats.
I've seen the whole basket of them.
And we sell a lot of authentic steins.
Yep.
We get so many people walk in with they're moving to smaller quarters, or they're going to Florida and they got this big collection of steins, don't know what to do with them. I put them on display at the East Side. I got them all up there. I even got one family brought like 5 cases of German china. When they go on a hike in Germany on a trail, at the end of the trail, you go to their gift shop and you get the mug or something, plate from the journey that you took that day. And they went for 8 years on all these things. So they brought a ton of stuff. I just put it all up there, and people come in and I tell them, and they just look around at all these things.
And Christmas time is pretty incredible.
We are Christmas people. That's our season. There's no question. Matter of fact, upstairs in the Munich room, anything that's over 12 feet, it's all Christmas. I mean, all year round. I just can't put it away. I just put it up.
That's right. So you're like the Hallmark Channel, Christmas in July.
That's right. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whatever makes people smile.
And your food is really incredible. I've been a guest at the East Side many times.
Many times. And I'm going to say we are very lucky, me and my daughter, when we went to buy it. Matter of fact, in February, hit 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
20 years in February. But we were very lucky that the owner, which had it for 40 years, he was ready to retire, that he didn't want to retire because his food is his baby, this restaurant. 40 years here. I can't imagine waking up and not going to the restaurant and not seeing the way. And I knew this, but it was time. And I wanted a German restaurant because beer started getting popular. You know, and what could be more popular than German beer? And so I wanted to get in real bad, even though I'm Italian, you know. But he stuck around for a year.
But you go into East Side and everybody's German.
Everybody's German, doesn't matter. But everybody.
So you go in. You've got a full menu now. You've got a. How authentic would you?
Well, let me tell you, when we walked in there, the deal, not only did I buy the restaurant and everything, I bought him for a year to stay there and teach us all these authentic German dishes that he's been doing for 40 years.
Wow.
His schnitzels and his gravies. We take a cutlet and we have a brown Jaeger gravy. We have a sour cream gravy. We have a paprika gravy. And actually we do a Holstein with the sunny side egg on it and the lemon. And that goes over, and it's called the Wiener Schnitzel, which everybody can answer to. But our sausages been the same for 20 years. We carry a knockwurst, bratwurst, and a German sausage, and that's all you really need, as long as they're good.
They're delicious.
And they're oversized.
Yeah.
And and they crunch when you bite them. And we put a demi-glaze on them that really kicks up the flavor.
Oh, would you? I didn't have lunch, for crying out loud.
I'm working on you. I'm working on it. But our apple strudel, our desserts, our Black Forest cake, our German chocolate cake, fresh made on premise. Apple strudel, fresh made.
All those cream pies.
All the cream pies.
You can't get those any place in town.
No one makes them no more. They all buy them. We're there in the morning. We're making pies. I got a bakery. I got a super lady who's doing the baking for me for the last 10 years.
Wow.
And she does a super job. And
and I know you had a record day over the weekend.
Well, Father's Day. Now, what could be better than take Dad out for the big beer?
Yeah.
And, especially, I put on my lederhosen. And
now, that's love.
That's love. I get out there, wish them happy Father's Day, let them make sure they get that big beer. It was a record-breaking day. It was crazy.
And they come from all over, seriously.
Yeah. Well, we closed at 6 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, and we still did 425 people. And 2 shifts. So we really jammed it. My daughter back there, she says, I'm 50. This is almost enough. Slow down. But it was a great day for dads at my restaurant.
Favorite dish?
Favorite dish is the Jaeger schnitzel.
Yep.
I like the brown mushrooms. I like my rich gravy. You got to understand, I boil 300 pounds of pot roast a week. I got enough gravy, brown, good gold gravy to pour off for every schnitzel and pot roast I got. So we do an excellent, I call it sauce. People call it gravy. But we got a Jaeger schnitzel with the brown gravy and mushrooms. That's second to none with the potato pancakes or the spätzle. Now, we make our own noodles, too. It's a German noodle.
Delicious spätzle.
Oh, yes.
And the potato pancakes.
Can't beat
it's always a carbo decision point.
You want to know, my daughter really came up, and all of a sudden, we were just doing pancakes as a starch.
Oh.
But then all of a sudden, she says, I think they'll go as an appetizer. So we threw 4 on a plate and called it an appetizer. We sell more as appetizers than we do as extra.
Really? Well, your portions are huge, too.
Yes. We don't skimp on anything.
You got to be careful not to fill up before the main event.
We're big in styrofoam takeout. We got to have 3 to 5 takeout containers after every meal because they're taking everything home because they ain't leaving nothing.
How about beer? A favorite beer?
Favorite beer, I'm going to say Warsteiner Pilsner.
Yep.
It's a light, crisp beer. Goes down very well. Women love it.
Yeah.
A crazy beer, I got grapefruit beer, which is out of Germany, which is really making a big hit here. I'm the only one who carries it, but it's a grapefruit beer.
It's delicious.
Different.
I've tried it.
Yes.
It's delicious.
When all of a sudden I try to influence people up in it's a banquet and they got an open bar, I'll throw a ton of these cans out there and all the women are over there trying it. I'm coming back for the grapefruit beer.
Oh, that's great.
So you try to give them a little something they don't get everywhere else.
The big news this year, though, is the Clam Box.
Big news. Clam Box, yes, West Main Street, right across from Great Taste. I love saying that because I love Great Taste. And they love me. I've been with them a long
I'll
time.
tell you, there's a Great Taste across the street from Great Taste now, too.
Yeah,
I tell you that for a fact.
That's a good one. I've got to use that. But Clam Box, seafood our way. Our way. I started at the age of 17 at a place called the Weathersfield Clam Box. And Phil Nussbaum owned it. I met his wife yesterday. I didn't meet her. I've known her 50 years ago. But after 50 years, she stopped into Clam Box with her old
91 now?
Huh?
91?
She's 90. She'll be 90 years old in 3 weeks.
Okay, wow.
And as spry and as good looking as she always was. Let me tell you, she came in and we talked and we were in tears by the time we finished. It's a lot of great memories with this firm. I was 17, just got married, just had kid, working for them. They brought me out of an apprenticeship school. I was specially assigned to the Clam Box. I worked for them 5 years. I did everything. And I learned so much seafood and so much forgotten seafood. I mean, people actually, you got to understand, seafood took a hit in the 80s.
Yep.
In the 80s, they came out, they had red tide in the clams. I mean, nothing's worse than red tide. Then they had mercury and swordfish. And then they come out with this thing called market price. Now, what the hell is market price? Anything they want to charge. And people knew that. And then even God jumped in and said, okay, Catholics, no fish on Fridays. I mean, that really knocked the heck out of seafood, you know? Even he gets in. But that was back then, and it took a hit, so a lot of people dropped it and went to 2 fryalators in their restaurant and only having some frozen items and different things. But you had to go to the shore to get the whole bellies.
Sure, you got
fish,
it. Yep.
The fresh cod, fresh haddock. Yeah, that's where you're going to Lenny's and Joe's and Uncle Bill's over the Singing Bridge and all of them. But no more. I'm going to put it right in the center of the state here. I'm going to put exactly what you can go down there and get from them on fried foods right here. But I'm going to do it from my old recipes, the old way that is forgotten. Tell you the truth, you'll notice it when you get there. Doris says, I haven't had a fish and chip, Nick, since you left. Point blank, 45 years, she says, you can't find it. This is a fish and chip. Then she took 2 soft shell crabs home. He had the whole bellies. And he goes, it's just like it popping up on it. Yes, it is. It's just like the Clam Box. The kitchen's just like the Clam Box. Their product, their dips, their batters, their breadings, all like the Clam Box. And I'm proud of that, because I know it's done right. And I know that people will recognize that. And it's all fresh all the time. We don't go into any of the frozen, except for shrimp. But now I think seafood can come back. Because now all the regulations that's been put on for the last 30 years, all the farming now, I mean, they got anything from trout to salmon to shrimp. Now you can buy shrimp at a reasonable price every week at the same price, and you can do business with it. And actually, 10 years ago, you couldn't.
Well, you've got some really unique product there. I mean, one of the things you shared with me before is particularly the corn flour that you use.
Well, that's exactly right. No one's using the corn flour mix. And the reason I know this is I have to go to Philadelphia to get a 50-pound bag.
Wow.
And the most thing they got here is cornmeal. You know, and I need corn flour, and I mix it with a pastry flour, and that gives us our coating. And that's original. That is good. That's what makes the flavor, the goldness, the fried shrimp. It's great with this.
It's a light coating, and it's not greasy.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you, you put that on along with the onion straws that you have.
Yeah. Well, onion rings. Now I brought back the onion ring. Now the onion ring took a real nasty gig. First of all, they found out they couldn't do it with 2 fryalators, so onion rings hit the bed. Then they came out with the Awesome Blossom, okay? And this big thing. Try frying this ball in this frylator. How many are going to fit in there? And what's that frylator going to taste and smell like after you cook it?
There you go.
So you got to have a designated fryer for onions. The bottom line. And then all of a sudden they came out with these thick onion rings that are frozen. And every time you bite one, it's so hot it flips down on your lip. Oh,
we've all been there.
All been there. Can't handle those either, and don't like the breading on them because it's a breading more than it is a flour in a meal. But now I'm bringing back onion rings. I bought 7 fryalators. I don't have 2 fryalators. Everything's got its space. And that's what makes it, and we're fast. I don't care when you talk fast food, they say McDonald's, that's fast holding food. Anybody in the world is 6 to 8 minutes to cook a burger well done. I don't care who you are. So they're fast holding food. Me, I take a clam from refrigerator to dip to flour to frylator, 1:45 to 2 minutes out. In the plate, out. That's fast food.
5 minutes, it's in your mouth.
You're eating it hot with tartar sauce, and our tartar sauce.
Beautiful tartar sauce.
You know what we brought from East Side? Our coleslaw.
Oh, yeah.
Had to bring our coleslaw. So every basket
I
meal
see a little bit of apple strudel in there at times, too.
Well, we did bring the knockwurst, the bratwurst, German sausage, apple strudel, German chocolate cake. You can get all these desserts from East Side. I bring them over there. And actually on Mondays, it's open dessert, so you can get a lot of tasting of different things.
Well, I know that you're going to be doing a lot of business out of that place. We can't be remiss. It's summer. The deck is open. It's a beautiful place to catch some sun, and it's a good place to be.
Well, the deck is where we're looking at for the summer. Of course, we're going to put a cabana over, and we really got some great ideas, and we got some signs coming. Because one thing, you can't really find my place because of the bushes. You can't see the deck, and I'm really set back a little bit too much. So actually, I went down to Bianca Signs. New Britain, baby. And said, listen, make some magic for me. And he always does. He did the east side. And now we got 2 nice signs going up. And you'll be able to see me like 2 little billboards. And you'll know where that place is. It's Great Taste Clam Box. Bingo. See
Look for
hotties.
Great Taste now.
Yeah.
Look for the signs to come.
That's
what
right.
days are you open then?
I'm open every day.
Oh, right.
We start at 11:30 every day. We go to 8 o'clock. every
Lunch and
day.
dinner.
Lunch and dinner.
Takeout?
We're 70% takeout.
There you go.
Yeah. This is a takeout business.
If you have time, sit outside.
That's
If you don't
right.
have time, grab
Take
and
it.
go.
That's it. And we start getting into DoorDash, getting ready to get into where we can delivery at home and all.
Nick?
Yes.
Thanks for coming by.
It's over.
We appreciate it. We could go on forever.
That was quick, my friend. I got a lot to talk about. You're going to have to bring me back. I'm not done yet.
Well, thank you, Nick, for being here this week, and thank you for spending your time with us out there. We'll be back soon, and we hope you'll have a great month.
Tiggy-tocky, hoy, hoy, hoy!